Hi, brothers and sisters. Today is January the 17th, 2024. And the time right now, brothers and sisters, is 5:11. Thank you, Jesus. All right, so brothers and sisters, I just want to tell you all really quick here. I want to give my testimony, brothers and sisters, of some of the things that God actually, he did so much stuff, you know, a lot. And Father, I thank you for raising me. I thank you for loving me the way you love me, because in doing that, I was able to go on and love others, even as a little girl, y'all. I would sit in church and I'll be in the nursery part where the babies and stuff go. I remember all that stuff. And whenever I seen someone else cry, y'all, I started crying. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I can't even help them. But I was a crybaby. Yes, I was. So anyway, brothers and sisters, I just want to tell you all, like, my life was so different. And when Jesus woke me up and he basically slowly showed me who I was, because I had I had, my childhood was so different from everybody in my family. I felt alone. I remember I would just look up to the sky. And I remember when I would look in the sky, y'all, like I remember seeing Jesus' face in the moon. And his eyes was just changing colors. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I was able to tell people from the other side, like being in the realm of the spirit. Like, y'all, if you would be in that realm of the spirit, you will see how angels and spirits, like, they would, like, if someone's arguing or something, they don't like that, y'all. They do not like it. So what they will do is, so say like one day in my dream, and I know it wasn't a dream, but I'm going to say in my dream. So one day in my dream, it was my mom, my grandma, and my mom's husband. They were talking, and I guess they had a disagreement. And I seen that angel's feet, because I seen both of them. And the angel had on this long robe, but it didn't cover the feet up though. So I seen the sandals. And when I seen those sandals, it was like I'm trying to pay attention to what my mom and my mom's husband and my grandma, I'm trying to pay attention to what they're having a disagreement about. But the angel took a white squirrel, because my mom had hardwood floor where she was staying. So he threw the white squirrel down, and y'all know when the the squirrel, like his little nails was scratching the wood, and because he got tossed down there, he was trying to stop himself from sliding. It was so cute. He was trying to stop himself from sliding, and my mom and them were not even paying attention. They did not even see it. So I'm watching still. So when he threw down that squirrel, and that squirrel kind of like slid a little bit across the floor with the little nails scratching, I ran outside and I looked around I think it was on the side of the house, and like y'all, there were no trees right there, so I can see them all, and it was always a head angel in the front, and that's the one that threw down that white squirrel to get their attention so they could stop having that disagreement. But they didn't pay attention to that. So I ran outside, of course, and when I looked, it was like 2 rows of those angels, and then it was that one in the front. And when I looked up there, he motioned his arm like, you know how someone say, come this way, you know, and he motioned with his arms without saying any words, and I knew what he was saying, like let's go this way. And when he did that, they all shot off, and then he left. So y'all, I have like so many experiences, but I want to tell you all really quick about this one where Jesus walked into my room. All right, so I'm gonna tell you a couple of them, because I have many of them, but I'm gonna tell you the ones that really stuck with me from the natural side. And then I'm going to go flip it on the spiritual side, and then I'm going to tell you about those two. And I want y'all just to know how amazing God is, and he hears you when you're praying. So y'all keep talking to him. So one day, because y'all, I've been running from Jesus. I was running from all my life. All my life. I had a call on my life about, with something. I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know what it was. I just knew I was shy, and I knew God would show me stuff, and it would come to pass. Sometimes a week later, 2 days later, a year later, 5 years later. It didn't matter. It happened. So anyways, y'all, Jesus had, what was that? Oh, yeah. Jesus had came into my room, right? Because me and my husband was asleep. And I must have, y'all, opened my eyes up. And I seen all this pretty blue, and it looked like water, just like real pretty, like maybe 2 or 3 different shades of blue, like a sky blue mixed with a little royal blue and probably a navy blue or something. Just mix them together. And it was just like waving on the floor, on the walls, everything. And I remember I opened up my eyes, and I wanted to believe so bad I was dreaming. Y'all, I was not dreaming. I was not dreaming at all. and I seen Jesus. It was like I knew that was him. I knew it was. And he stood right in my doorway. And he had his hands out like, come. I knew he was telling me to come. Like, come here. And and every time he tried to start walking toward me, I screamed from the top of my lungs. And he will go right back to the door. And then he will start walking toward me again. And I screamed, and he'll go back to the door again. So the last time he did it, y'all, I screamed for a long time. And like I seen this little, I don't know if it was like a little baby or something, just flying, y'all, just flying. My room was dark. Do you hear me? My room was like dark. No TV was on, no light was on. And you got to remember, like, when I'm seeing this, it kind of looked like fluorescent. It had light to it. So I seen the little baby, or something was small. It was flying, and it was flying over my husband's head. So I called myself trying to hit it. And y'all, my hands did what that Matrix, y'all know that Matrix movie? I haven't seen the whole thing. I just remember that part. My boys was watching it. And I walked down the stairs just in time to see that man bend backwards like that, and how it just left like a wave or something. I don't know. But I was like, that fake stuff. But that's what happened that day in that room when Jesus stood in my doorway and was trying to walk to me. And y'all, he is such a gentleman. He is not going to push himself up on nobody. So, that was one. But let me tell y'all how that ended. Okay, so I remember my husband telling me, he was like, shut up. And I was like, you don't see what I see. And then so I caught myself running down the stairs. And y'all, I knew every house, every place I moved to, I could see that big golden massive angel standing right by my doorway. I could see it. I could see right through him. And I can also feel the presence of that angel. So that was one, brothers and sisters, that I remember so well. But a different one was from the natural side. So one day I was laying down in my bed, and it was me and my husband, and y'all, we turned off all the lights, all the TVs. And I think that night, my boys, my 3 little boys at that time, they were like 7 or 8 or something. They wanted to sleep in the room. I said, okay. I said, y'all can lay on the floor and go to sleep then, because your room is right next door. But y'all, they didn't want to go in their room. So anyways, I remember they fell asleep. And I don't know what in the world it is, but it got quiet. And I tell y'all, I talk to Jesus. I will talk to him all the time. And I remember saying to him that night, I said, Jesus, I said, let me feel your presence. And y'all, I'm telling you, I'm gonna say like probably a minute or two later, if not less than that, I had said to him, I want to feel your presence, and y'all, my window, like I had it cracked, and it was not that much wind outside like that. Y'all, I felt a breeze like come into my room, and soon as I seen that curtain go all the way up, that my curtain flew up to the ceiling and went back down. Y'all, I shut my eyes real fast because I knew that was him. And y'all know a long time ago, those touch phones, it was a BlackBerry, but you had to press the buttons in order for the light to come on. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell y'all, the second I seen that curtain go up and I heard that air, I connected it somehow, but I knew that was Jesus. I knew that was the presence of God. And when I shut my eyes, because y'all, everything in the house was off, it was dark. All of a sudden, that room lit up. My room lit up, y'all. I'm telling you, I was so scared to open up my eyes, and because everybody was asleep. So when I opened, when I opened up my eyes, because I did it really slow because I wanted to make sure Jesus was not like gonna be standing right there where I could see him, and I did it slow. So then when the light, y'all, that light, I waited till that light went out. And I don't even know how in the world that wind made my phone light up like that. It was not a touch screen. But that was Jesus' way of letting me know that his presence is in that room. And I was not going to open up my eyes. So, y'all, that was another one. All right, so I'm going to do a couple on the flip side. All right, so y'all, when I was in the realm of the spirit, y'all, I remember for some reason that we had to do like testings. And it was always me and some more other people. And I could not see their faces, but my senses were that I knew them strongly. I knew them. And I always wanted to know, like, why do I have these type of dreams? And y'all, I would remember them just as if, like if something happened yesterday, it'll be in my memory like that. So, one day I remember, I believe I was at some mall. Okay, no, I'm not even going to tell y'all that one. I'm going to tell y'all about the one where Jesus, he let me down somewhere, y'all, in this dirt road or something. And I remember when he sat me down on the ground, like I felt like I was in his hand, and he just lowered his hand. And I stepped on that path, and it was like a rocky dirt path, like dusty brown or something. But I remember him saying to me, I heard that deep voice, and he told me, he said, "You will be working with a 13-year-old." I remember that. I'll never forget that. And then I had asked him, I said, is it a boy or a girl? And he told me, he said, you will know him when you see him. All right. So he didn't say if it was a girl or a boy, but he told me I would know him when I see him. Like see the person. So I'm walking into this big warehouse, y'all, and it was this because I didn't know what I was looking for. I knew I had to play it off. So I was walking around, and then all of a sudden I just walked out of one aisle, and I looked by the counter, and I remember seeing this boy, and inside of me, like in my spirit, I knew that was him. So I went over there and I stood by him. So when he got done talking to that lady, I asked him, I said, I said, are you 13? And he told me yes. So I knew that was him. So then the lady was telling him, the one that worked there, she was telling him that you need to have a receipt because he had some type of game. It kind of reminded me of a PlayStation game, those CD games. And she told him, she said, I'm not gonna give you this game. She said, because you've been coming in here, I guess, y'all, he was going in there and he was switching the game, but he never had a receipt. So I dug in my pocket, y'all, and all of a sudden, I pulled out a $20 bill. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where did this $20 bill come from? So I paid the lady the $20 because the game he had was $19.99. So after I, we paid for the game, me and him started walking outside. And I told him, I said, what I do remember saying was, I said, you need to stop stealing. I said, and I don't know if he said why or something, but I was telling him, I said, God do not like when you steal. I said, he wants you to stop stealing. And then, y'all, the next thing I know, I was out of that dream. And I knew that wasn't a dream, y'all. God had took me somewhere, a different place, in a different time, and then brought me back to this body. And I was not happy. So, and then another one, y'all, I want to tell y'all how funny Jesus and them, how they are up there. I know they're laughing at us, y'all. I know they are. Because when Jesus started telling me, let me know that like a lot of things down here, y'all, were like lies. And I was so not pleased, y'all. So I remember I went into this place. It looked like a school. It looked like a school or something. And they had a security guard right by the door. And I remember when I walked in, the gymnasium door It was like a double door. I walked in right when it was kind of closing, so I could hear the party or something was going on. And when I went, um, I went to that locker. And y'all, the locker, I was tall. I was taller than those little bitty lockers. It looked like little kindergarten lockers or first grade. And I put my bags or whatever that was I had, and another person had came in after me. And I'm watching that person. So when that person came by the lockers, that person opened up their locker, but they unzipped this fleshly body and took it off and hung it up in the locker. And I was thinking to myself, like, did I just see that? So y'all, I was tripped out by that. So anyway, I walked into the gymnasium, and y'all, when I walked in there, y'all, they were laughing at me so hard. They were really laughing at me. And I'm thinking, like, what is so funny? And I knew without words, they were telling me to lighten up. Like, don't take it so serious. So, y'all, I thought that was so funny because after that, like, I was asleep. But when I got out of my sleep, I was laughing so hard. And I mean, y'all, I was laughing so hard, because I remember my husband, like, standing right over me, all in my business, standing right over me, asking me what was so funny. Oh my goodness. So anyway, y'all, that was those two from the realm of the spirit. And y'all, like my baby sister that I have right now here on earth, she's my sister. We work together in the realm of the spirit. It is so funny, y'all. And y'all, she is like, so I call her a mouse. I call her a mouse sometimes. Cause she is so, oh my goodness, y'all. She's real emotional. Like she's really emotional. And I'll tell her, I'm like, get out of that little gnat suit, and I'll say, get out that gnat suit. Something I'll tell her, but we will be laughing so hard. But y'all, we work together in the realm of the spirit sometimes, and she also told me how she seen me and her. We were standing next to Jesus, and he was teaching us something, and he had that golden scepter staff or whatever that is in his hand. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I love you, Jesus. Oh my goodness, y'all should really get to know Jesus. Okay, so last one, you all. So y'all know when Jesus woke me up, and y'all remember me telling y'all how Jesus told me, because I remember I went crying into the bathroom because I didn't understand why the people that would, I'm going to say the churches of men, I didn't understand why they would not listen to what Jesus was saying, because we serve the same God, is what I was thinking. And y'all, Jesus was so sweet. He was trying to cheer me up. He said, as I was walking out of the bathroom, because I had to go in there, y'all, kneel down and ask him to help me. And what he said to me on my way out, he was like, don't feel bad. He said, they read my words and still don't listen to me, you know. And y'all, that smile, I had this smile on my face after that because he was trying to cheer me up, which I thought was so sweet. I love you, Jesus. So brothers and sisters, right now, my brothers and sisters that, man, y'all, when I tell y'all, it got to the point they didn't want to be in the same room with me, let alone in any area with me. They didn't want to be around me. But y'all, Jesus said, when you're doing his will, or something about when we're doing his will, he'll make even our enemies at peace with us. And not only that, y'all, they start coming around. And even my brother, y'all, one of my older brothers, I remember Jesus telling me about not that brother, but my younger baby brother. I remember Jesus telling me that he was, whoa. Okay, that's not cute. I remember Jesus telling me that he was royalty. And I thought maybe I was hearing things, but as I was in that dream, Jesus began to tell me without no words, y'all. Because my brother started, like he wanted to be a rapper. Well, Jesus had let me know, that he didn't want him on that path. That path was headed down destruction. And I'm talking about, y'all, not gospel rap. I'm talking about the other hardcore rap. Because Jesus said it's the words, y'all. It's the words. So if you're going to have a rap beat, use do it for Jesus. That's what I'm gonna tell you. So then my younger brother, so like I said, Jesus had let me know, he wanted me to tell him that he wanted him to get off of that path. And he was saying like that was his last chance. Last chance. And he said he was going to give him a son. I didn't even know my brother had a girlfriend, let alone, get somebody pregnant. So he ended up, like, I finally got a chance to tell him. But y'all, when I got a chance to tell him, they didn't know what the sex of their baby was. I didn't even know he had a baby on the way. But I told him what Jesus said. And he knew what Jesus was talking about, because I sure didn't. And I'm telling y'all, oh my goodness, Jesus gave my younger brother, the one he said was royalty, he gave him a son. And so, like, when I finally got a chance to tell him, like, y'all, the baby, like, she wasn't even far along like that to even know what the baby's sex was. But that's how God is, y'all. God will tell me stuff to tell people ahead of time, so they can't say they didn't know. And then when it happened, they'll know that he is the great I am. He is Jesus. Because I don't get in people's business. I sure do not. And I'm telling y'all, he ended up having a baby boy. Just like Jesus said. It all played out. Y'all, it got to the point people didn't even want to be around me. Because Jesus would shine the light on their dark places. Not saying he'll bust somebody out. No, what I'm saying is, you know, I've been knowing Jesus all my whole life. And that's not how he get down. You know, we pull people to the side and tell them. And I'm telling you, God is amazing. God is real. Jesus is real, and he is God. He is your creator, and he is holy, and he wants people to treat people right. And y'all, I actually do Bible study with my older brother, and he listens. I couldn't get him to listen before, y'all. And that's why I say we have to be doers. Y'all, we have to walk it out, because nobody's going to pay attention to a hypocrite. So, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, don't pay attention to how your body feels. What you pay attention to is sowing the word of God into your family. And pray for them. And stay consistent with what you're doing. Because God has entrusted you to do that. So anyway, brothers and sisters, I wanted you all to know how amazing God is. So anyway, y'all, I love you all. I do. I really do. And I know some people say that they don't mean it. I mean it. I don't have to know you in the natural. Some of y'all spirits I can pick up. I know. Some of y'all have some strong spirits. And I mean strong, because my spirit, my spirit knows. So anyway, y'all, run to Jesus. He wants a relationship with you. And he don't care about you being upset with him. Give him a chance. Talk to him, because he's listening. He's always listening. So anyway, brothers and sisters, I just thought I'd tell you all that, because just in case someone come across this video and don't know Jesus, I want them to know how Jesus worked in my life and how he came to me. What I should have did was wrote a book, but I don't know how to do that. So therefore, I cannot do that. So anyway, brothers and sisters, y'all, run to Jesus. He is so funny. He is so loving. He is so kind. He is so merciful. Oh, he's so merciful. I love you, Jesus. I do. I do. I do. But anyway, I'm praying for you all and your families. And y'all can do it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. In Jesus' name, amen.